Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 19th December 2023. So first of all, we are going to take a PDF of Delhi edition of The Hindu and we are going to point out which are the articles relevant from our examination point of view. And this current affairs is not only important for UPSC, but if you are preparing for any other state public service examination, or for example any competitive examinations like bank, RRB, etc. Yes, for that examinations also current affairs is very important. So to crack any examination, any competitive examination per se, yes, you have to have a good knowledge of current affairs. So this is the front page of The Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles. So first important article is 78 MPs suspended. So this article is important from polity point of view, which comes under GS paper 2. So here how many dimensions you can see. So you have to see about what is suspension. You have to see like what is suspension of a member of parliament and what are the rules of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha talks about this suspension of MP and what will be the impact of this suspension. So all these things are very important because so frequently there is suspension of MPs is happening. Okay, in the month of June here suspension of Rajya Sabha members it had happened. So because of this, so how it is going to impact the democracy? So this article is very important. So why? Because if you say in a house, we will be having the ruling party and as well as opposition party. So opposition party will ask questions to ruling party so that this ruling party will be accountable for the actions. So if the members of this opposition party they had been suspended, okay, they had been suspended for the remaining session, then who will make this ruling party accountable? Okay, so this is one question. Okay, so because of this, it will undermine democracy. Okay, it will undermine democracy. So because of this, here you have to understand what exactly the impact of suspension of MPs. Clear? So these are the dimensions that you have to think about. And next topic it is about floods paralyzed life in southern Tamil Nadu, rescue relief operations on. So here this article says that because of heavy torrential rainfalls in Tamil Nadu, so now it is facing floods. So here you have to see the location of Tamil Nadu, geographical location. So here, so in this part we have this Tamil Nadu. So here we have Bay of Bengal. So actually this eastern coast is very much vulnerable to cyclones which had been originated in this Bay of Bengal. And actually Tamil Nadu which gets rainfall and because of this northeastern monsoons. So northeastern monsoons is seen in the month of November and December, right? That is also called as withdrawal of monsoons or retreating monsoons. So now here Tamil Nadu which is getting this northeastern monsoons and they are getting heavy rainfall and because of this it is facing floods. So here we can also connect this topic with disaster management, like what are the steps that can be taken for rescue operations. So in disaster management which comes in the GS paper 3, you will be studying a chapter called as disaster management regarding floods. So how we have to control these floods. So like pre-disaster step, disaster steps and post-disaster management. So all this cycle regarding these floods that you have to know. Because there is a number of articles which are coming in newspaper regarding floods. For example, floods because of monsoon, floods because of cloudburst, flood because of rainfall in urban areas, that is urban floods. And now we can see okay, so that is nothing but retreating monsoon floods. So there is a high chance of getting question regarding this flood management in your mains. So this disaster management is there for your only mains, not for your prelims. Okay, so from this point of view, you have to know about this topic. So this is about the front page. And next important topic here is far fewer CAG audits of center tabled in Parliament. So here you have to know about what is this CAG, that is Comptroller Auditor General. So we're talking about this topic. So there is a separate chapter in your Lakshmikant, and you have to focus on this CAG. So this CAG is very, very important. Okay, so this CAG mandate is it will do audits. Okay, but here the cause of concern is there is decreasing of number of audits of this CAG now. So earlier it used to do like 22 reports which had been tabled between 2019 and 2023, and now here in 2023 only 18 audits of union government are prepared by this CAG. Okay, so this is very important, and this topic is important from your polity point of view, which comes in a GS paper too. So what are the dimensions that you can think? Like you have to see what is this CAG. So what is the mandate, or what are the functions of this CAG? So what are the mandate or what are the functions? And you have to see like what are the issues which are faced by this CAG and what is the way forward. So all these dimensions are very important. And this topic is important from both your prelims and also from your mains. Clear? So you have to know the mandate of this CAG and as well as how its mandate is changing with respect to this Public Accounts Committee. So there are two important things that you have to focus on. And you can leave this city page. I found nothing which is important in today's paper. And you can directly move on to this states page. Yes, here you can see one statement which is given by our Prime Minister. So let us see this topic. So Prime Minister Modi guarantees to make India third largest economic superpower in his third term. So here actually we are going to have this Lok Sabha elections in the next year, that is in 2024. So in that context, so he came up with one statement that if he is elected for the next third term, then he is going to make India to be the third largest economy in the world. So here if you are talking about this thing here, so he said about they are going for development of several development projects, and they are about 19,000 crore rupees. So they are going for the development projects in railways, in roadways, in electricity, drinking water supply, even in ghats of Ganga river. Okay, and actually he also guaranteed that India is going to become the third largest superpower in the term. So if he is going to elected for the next time. Okay, so in this context he also said that youth, poor and as well as farmers and women, they are becoming strong day by day. And because of this Modi government, that led to the empowerment of farmers, empowerment of youth, empowerment of women. Okay, so because of this development of women, youth, farmers and poor, it is very much necessary for the country. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said by our Prime Minister. And actually please let me know like how much development that we got during this period of this BJP government, because you are a future bureaucrat and you also have this right to vote, right? So because of this, before casting your vote, you have to know so what government did and what are the future. So if you have any belief or if you have trust, so why the trust is there, so that thing please let me know in the comment box, because you have to develop your own perspectives. So for that only I am giving this exercise. Don't think wrong. Okay, yes, now let us move on. Okay, you can directly move on to this editorial page. So before that, there is one article here. NGT, that is National Green Tribunal, questions Tamil Nadu government on how oil spill reached Pulicat. So actually this Pulicat Lake is a salt water lake that is present between the border of AP and Tamil Nadu. So actually what happened, because of this cyclone Mekong, so Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited, okay, so there is some incident and that led to the oil spill, and now this oil spill which reached this Pulicat black waters. So now here NGT is dealing with issue, and NGT is asking this Tamil Nadu government like, so how it has been reached to this Pulicat Lake. So here we have to focus on this word, keyword is oil spill. So this topic is important from GS paper 3 under science and technology and even environment and ecology. So here you have to understand the dimensions like what is this oil spill, So what are the causes for this oil spill and what are the impacts? So in this impacts you can talk about what are the environmental impacts, so what are the economical impacts, so impacts on tourism, so impact on health, so all these things that you can refer. And apart from that, what are the measures, what are the remedial measures are there to decrease this oil spill? Okay, what are the remedial measures that can be done on site to eliminate the oil? So oil spill is nothing but on water. So whenever we are pouring the oil, then what happened? Because of change of density. So because of this change of density, that is density of oil and water is not equal. So here oil is less denser so that it will be floating on the water. So if there is any ship, okay, or any cargo which is taking this oil, either crude oil, petroleum or diesel, then what happens if there is any accident to that ship? Then the oil will be leaked. That oil will be forming as a layer on the top of the water. So this condition is called as oil spill. Okay, I hope you understood what is this oil spill, right? Okay, so here we have to see all these dimensions from this article point of view. And here you can get a prelims and mains based question. So from prelims you can get a question from bioremediation. And from mains you can get analysis based question like, so what is oil spill? What are the impacts? What are the measures? Like that. And here you have to remember examples. So recently here Venezuela came up with emergency because of this oil spill. So in the same way you have to see like recently where this oil spill had happened. Okay. So from global level and from as well as national level you can get the examples. And if you move on, you can see this is editorial page. So almost Hindu is becoming commercial day by day. So most of our editorials are not important, but even we can see most of the times advertisements are filling in the paper. So this article, it is about security breach in parliament. So number of times we discuss this topic and we are not going to discuss that topic. So do revise that topic. And next topic it is about in law making. So actually this article is talking about Article 200 of Indian Constitution. So what is this Article 200 talking about? So this Article 200 talking about powers of governor. So what it is talking about? Powers of governor regarding passage of bill. Powers of governor and passage of bill. So whenever bill which is passed in the state legislative assembly, in case of unicameralism, or whenever it is passed in both the state legislative assembly and as well as legislative council in the bicameralism, so that bill which is placed before governor for assent. So if governor is giving an assent, then that so and so bill, so this so and so bill, so that is going to become an act or a law, and that will be published in Gazette. So the issue here is governor is not giving assent, he is withholding the bills. So because of this we have to talk about this Article 200 and what are the dimensions you have to see. So what is this Article 200? So what are the constitutional provisions under this Article 200? And you have to see like what are the issues with this Article 200 and what is the way forward. So these are the dimensions that you can think about this topic. And this topic is important from both your prelims and as well as mains. And next topic it is about grassroots democracy as a bulwark against Maoist. So this article is talking about Maoism. So we can also call as left-wing extremism. So actually here, why it is in news? Because recent elections happened in state of Chhattisgarh. Yes or no? So actually Chhattisgarh is one of the Maoist affected area, Naxal affected area, or left-wing extremist region. And even it is also part of Red Corridor. But elections had been successfully done, and finally government which is formed in this Chhattisgarh. Okay, so that is about this topic. But we are not focusing on which party came into power, so what are the strategies of the party, so how this political party which going to win in the elections, we are not going to bother about that. But we are bothering about what is this meaning of left-wing extremism or Maoism. So what is this Red Corridor is about, and which states comes under this Red Corridor. And even our Home Ministry, Union Home Ministry recently gave a statement that there is decreasing of this Maoist attacks, okay, in our country. So because of this, you have to see like what are the measures taken by the government. So what are the measures taken by the government, and what happens in this Maoist affected regions, and how can we decrease these attacks, like what is the way forward. So all these things that you have to know. So this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under internal security. So under internal security issues, it is very important, and this topic is important only from your mains. Okay, so this topic is important only from your mains, not from your prelims. Okay, so all these are the dimensions that you have to know about this topic. And now if you move on, there is one important article, it is about anti-defection law. So if you have gone through the schedules, of Indian Constitution, so Schedule 10 of Constitution talks about anti-defection law. So this anti-defection law is not present in our original constitution. It is not present. But it has been added to our constitution by 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act and is placed under Schedule 10 of Indian Constitution. So it is talking about disqualification. It is talking about disqualification of members of parliament and as well as members of legislative assembly and as well as members of parliament. So here what you have to know. So regarding this anti-defection law, you have to know under which circumstances there will be the disqualification. So I will tell you in brief. So first one, it is regarding elected members, and second one is regarding nominated members, and third one is regarding independent members. So regarding elected members who are voluntarily giving their membership to a political party, okay, and they are moving to another political party, they will be disqualified under this anti-defection law. And this one is nominated members, they can have the permission to join any political party within 6 months. But if they are joining after 6 months, they will be disqualified. And next one is independent. So independent members should not join any political party, but if they are joining the political party, they will be disqualified under this anti-defection law. So who is authority? So who is authority to decide whether it will come under anti-defection law or not? So it is about a presiding officer. It is about the presiding officer, that is chairman or speaker. Okay, chairman or speaker. So they are responsible to declare that whether that so and so which comes under this anti-defection law or not. So here the issues is, the first one is there is no time limit. So there is no time limit for the speaker or a chairman to decide whether that action will come under this anti-defection law or not. So it is one of the issue. And the second important thing here is it will comes under judicial review. Okay, so the action of the presiding officer will consider judicial review. So this is a very important point, and many students, they will be confused under this. So here, what are the actions which is taken by this presiding officer? That action will consider judicial review. So these are some basic facts that you have to remember regarding this anti-defection law. Clear? So in this point, you will be getting prelims questions, and even you have to know about what are the exceptions, like in which conditions this anti-defection law will not be affected. Okay, so all these things are very, very important from your prelims and as well as from your mains. Okay, and let us move on. So this topic, it is about CAG reports. So already we discussed, and we are going to see that in detail in analysis. And as text and context, there is one article which is important. It is about COP28. Title says that what does COP28 mean for cities? Okay, so here this article says that recently we had concluded this COP28 on December 12th. Actually, it started on November 30th and we have concluded on this December 12th, right? So, urban world today consumes nearly 75% of primary energy. Okay, so if you are comparing with the urban areas and rural areas, so there is high energy demand in urban areas compared to the rural areas. So why? In the rural areas, we are having trees, so there is no need of ACs, right? But in urban areas, we are going for concretization, and we are creating urban heat islands so that there is increased demand for the electricity. And because of this, here urban areas, they are contributing about 75% of total greenhouse gas emissions. So at this year COP, that is Conference of Parties, there was a special day dedicated to ministerial meeting on urbanization and climate change. And this meeting is convened by ministers of housing, urban development, environmental finance and other portfolios, local and regional leaders, financial institutions, NGOs and other stakeholders. So they said that especially the cities of global south, they are much vulnerable, much vulnerable to climate change compared to the western counterparts. So here we have to adopt more steps, or the actions to control this carbon dioxide emissions. So this is the thing which said by COP28 regarding urban areas. Okay, so this is very, very important. And even there is one data which is given here is about 44% of people, they are living in cities now, and currently 55% of global population is urban, and they expected to reach by 68% by 2050. So it consumes about 75% of primary energy, and that will roughly release 70% or to 76% of greenhouse gas emissions. So this is the data which is given here. And if these urban areas are releasing a lot of emissions, then we are not going to achieve our this Paris climate deal target. So this is the thing which mainly said. And you can directly move on to this news page. Yes, here you can see one article, that is PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Accused can be given copy of grounds of detention within 24 hours. So here you have to focus on what is this Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and you have to understand what is this money laundering and what are the steps taken by the government which are necessary for tackling of this issue of money laundering, and if there are any developments in this money laundering, so what are they? So all these things are very, very important. Okay, so that is important from this topic. And if you move on, most of the articles are political articles because of government which is forming in the many states because of recent elections. And next topic is India's first winter Arctic expedition begins. Raman Research Institute team to hold study. So this article is very, very important. So here you have to know about, we have some research stations in this Arctic. For example, we have Himadri now at present. So especially in the Svalbard region of Arctic in Norway, so we have one station that is called as Himadri station. So actually we are focusing on maintaining of India's presence in this station, and we have team of 4 scientists who are going to have a journey on Tuesday to this India's research station. Okay, So this is about this, and actually you have to know about what is the need of this Arctic expedition. So what is the need of this Arctic expedition? So why India needs to have its presence in this? So that is a very, very important. And this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. So this is very important. And if you move on, in this economy page, you can see this article. That is e-bus penetration in India likely to double next fiscal, says CRISIL. So e-bus is nothing but electric buses. So actually the good news I can say is there is increased sales of electric buses. It is going to be double to 8% next fiscal year. So now the sales are around 4%. So they are going to double by 8%. So here you have to understand about this e-bus. So what is this e-bus? And now if you're talking about four-wheelers, you are having this hybrid. Hybrid means that will run with this fossil fuels and as well as electric battery will be there. And next one is what are the advantages? Okay, so we are having advantages, but even we are facing some challenges. So you have to see like what are the challenges that we are facing and what is the way forward. So in challenges you can see like, so people, they are not coming forward to buy this because of accidents. Okay, fire accidents, and even you can see that there is no proper infrastructure and charging stations, etc. And even if you are keeping full charging, so we don't know whether it will be running for next 100 or 200 kilometers or not. So what is the mileage? So all these things, there are some challenges. So we have to address these challenges so that we can boost our e-bus penetration in India. Okay, so these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. Now let us try to see the analysis part. Okay, so if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join the Telegram channel to get the notes. And I want to show one important thing, that is we are going to come up with this daily mains answer writing practice new batch, that is from December 25th. So this is very useful for the students, you can believe me. And even I will be posting you like one video. Yesterday we had a class of this daily mains answer writing live class. So in that live class we had discussion regarding how to write an essay. So we will taking one essay, either it may be like philosophical essay or essay regarding the GS. So yesterday we took the essay which already appeared in UPSC. Okay, and we had a fruitful discussion. So around 22 students they had been joined. So I had took inputs from each and every student, and they try to talk and they try to express their perspectives regarding that so and so essay. So if you are facing the problem of getting perspectives, and if you are having the problem of expressing your views, and if you have problem of communication skills and stage fear or anxiety, so you can join this course, so that every week we will be having one live class so that you can express your perspectives there. And if you have any problem regarding this mains answer, so we are going to discuss your problems there and we are going to find out the possible solutions. So in this program, actually we are going to give you 52 weeks of schedule. So in that 52 weeks of schedule, so we will be giving the schedule as per your UPSC. So first it will be starting with GS paper 1, that too with art and culture, and after that we are moving to modern history, next world history, post-independent India, and Indian geography, world geography, society. So after completing entire your GS, we are moving to the GS2, and it will start with polity and governance, and after then international relations, social issues, and after completing this GS2 we will move on to GS3. Okay, and at last we will be focusing on GS4 as well. So this is nothing but daily, based on the syllabus you will be getting one question, but on Sunday you will be having essay or case study. So one Sunday will be essay, one Sunday will be case study alternatively. That means you are going to write 27 essays and 26 case studies in this 1 year. So after, once you got the question to your mail, so you have to start writing your answer and you have to use stopwatch, so that you can identify how much time you are taking to write an answer. And after writing your answer, you have to send your answer in PDF format to our mail ID. So we will be giving you one mail ID, okay, to which you have to send your answer in PDF format. So that evaluation of your answer will be done. Okay, we will be evaluating your answer and we will be giving you detailed feedback like how you are writing answer. So where you have to improve. Okay, where you are going wrong. So where you are presenting well. So all these things will be given in a detailed feedback. And that evaluated paper will be sent to your email ID again and you will be checking the feedback. So after checking the feedback, you will be improving on that. Okay, so this is the course how it will goes. So here we are covering entire GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 and even case studies and as well as essay. So for the questions that we are providing, we are also do provide model answers. So if you are having the problem of content, lack of content, you can refer this model answer so that you will be getting content. And one more thing is detailed evaluation of your answers within 2 to 3 working days. And we are also having the live sessions, live essay writing and case study sessions on every Sunday or either on Monday. So now we are conducting on Monday. So if you want to enroll this course, and one more thing here is what are the discussions that we are going to have and what are the questions that we are giving. So what are the model answers that we are giving, that will be only in English. And the new batch is going to be start from 25th December onwards. Okay, from 25th December onwards, we are going to start the new batch. And if you want to enroll, you can call me on this number 8074765513. And the cost of this course is 8,200 rupees for 1 year. So one more opportunity that we are giving is if you can't pay this amount in one go, yes, you can pay in 2 installments. Okay, if you want to avail this benefit of installments, so you can call me directly on this number. So even that is a WhatsApp number or Telegram number, you can text me there as well. So this is about this course. So please try to join this so that we are going to have a meaningful discussions. So I think by today evening or if not by tomorrow, you will be getting the video of how this live discussions will be going on. So please have a look. Okay, so that you will be getting lot of ideas. So different people's having the different perspectives, different examples that they will be sharing, so that you can make a note and you can understand like how other people are thinking. Okay, how they are different from you. So you can understand that and you can also improve based on that. Okay, so let us see the first topic. So as I said, the first topic, it is about suspension of MPs. So context says that in a major escalation of tension between opposition and as well as the government, that is ruling party and opposition party, around 78 MPs, they were suspended from both the houses of parliament. Okay, so it is like a very huge number. Yes or no? 78 members, they had been suspended. So here opposition people, they are saying that it is a murder of democracy. So it is causing impact on democracy. So who can suspend this MPs? So what is the general principle regarding the suspension of MPs? So the general principle is that the role and the duty of presiding officer. For example, in Lok Sabha we have speaker and in the Rajya Sabha we have chairman. So it is a speaker and chairman, they can take the steps, okay, regarding the suspension of MP, so that here they can go for ensuring the function of houses smoothly. And in order to ensure that the proceedings are conducted in proper manner, here both chairman and as well as speaker, they are empowered to force member to withdraw from the house. So it is called as nothing but suspension. So what are the rules of procedure and conduct which is present in Lok Sabha and as well as Rajya Sabha regarding suspension of MPs? So we have rule 373. So it says that speaker can direct a member to withdraw immediately from the house if that speaker finds members' conduct is disorderly. So whenever they are not acting according to the rules, yes, now the speaker or chairman, so they can ask them to go away or withdraw. And members who ordered to withdraw, they shall do forth and they shall remain absent. So they have to absent during the remainder session. So if they had been suspended, for example, on the first day, so entire that session they should not attend. And this one is rule 374A. So this rule 374A says that in the case of gross violation or severe charges on being named by speaker, the member stands automatically suspended from the service of house. Okay, that too for 5 days, 5 consecutive sittings. or even for the remainder of the session, whichever is less under this rule 374A. So this rule 374 says that speaker can name a person who disregards authority of the chair or abuses the rules of the house by persistently and willfully obstructing the business of the house. That person will be suspended from house for a period not exceeding the remaining session. So this is rule 374 of Lok Sabha. And from Rajya Sabha also we have some rules like rule 255. So it says that the procedure of Rajya Sabha, the presiding officer of house, he can invoke suspension of member of parliament. So they have the rules in the house. So based on that rules, it is talking about suspension. So you can get a question like, in our constitution it is talking about suspension of MP. But in our constitution there is no article which is talking about suspension. But in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha we have the rules which talks about the suspension of MPs. Okay, don't be confused with this point. And next one here is, what are the terms of suspension? So the maximum period of suspension will be like remainder of the session, and the suspended members, they cannot enter the chamber or attend the meetings of the committees, and that person will not be eligible to give notice for discussion or the submission, and he loses even right to get a reply to his questions. So these are the terms of suspension. Clear? And next topic is far fewer CAG audits of center tabled in parliament. So as I said, this topic is again important from polity, and CAG is very important, favorite topic of UPSC as well. So this article says that in 2023 only 18 audits were done by this CAG, but normally it will be doing around 22 reports. Okay, but even if you see in 2015 it has came up with tabling of 53 reports. Okay, so now we have seen that there is declining of reports which are audited by the CAG. So what is this CAG? That is Controller Auditor General. So this CAG, which is the head of Indian Audit and Accounts Departments. So it is the head of Indian Audit and Account Department, and even it is a guardian of public purse and it will control the entire financial system of country. That to the both central level and as well as at the state level. And the duty it is to uphold the Constitution of India and as well as laws of parliament in the field of financial administration. And it is one of the bulwarks of democratic system of government in India. So these are some important basic facts regarding this CAG. And what are the challenges it is facing? So there is limited power which is given to this CAG. So CAG which asks for information from various departments, but sometimes we can see there is delay in providing the information by these departments, and actually there is no mechanism for CAG to enforce regarding the information delay. So because of this we can say it is having the limited power. And next one is there is lack of clarity. So if you are talking about lack of clarity, so there is no considerable debate which is taken regarding this CAG, because CAG can audit. Okay, it is having just the purpose here is audit, so it will be not taking any debates. And next one is, so this debate was whether the CAG should be converted into a multi-member body on the lines of election commission or not. So this debate which is going on. And next one is, even there are some delays and reduction in the CAG reports. So here the total number of CAG reports relating to central government and ministries departments. So earlier in 2015 it was around 53 to 55, and now in 2020 it was like just 14. So what happened, there is decreasing of about 75% of audits. So this information which is given through RTI application. And even there is conflict of interest related to the appointment. So the current practice adopted for appointment of CAG is that the cabinet secretary prepares a short list of finance minister who then submits it before the prime minister. So even there is no accountability and transparency regarding the appointment of this CAG. So these are some issues which are faced by this CAG. And next topic it is about oil spill. So it is very important from your environment and ecology. So please let me know whether you are feeling current affairs is hard or not. So after watching this entire analysis, so how you are feeling. So whether you are understanding the current affairs or not, whether you are understanding like how to convert static with dynamic or not. So please let me know your response in the comment box. Okay, so yesterday I got a reply that most of them who are watching this analysis are beginners. So because of that, I am even connecting with the static syllabus. So if you have any suggestions, so please let me know your suggestions in the comment box. Okay, so that will be accepted and I will try to change myself. So actually in yesterday's class, in yesterday's mains class, one student asked me to start with the codes. Okay, so I will be starting from tomorrow. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, I will be starting news analysis by using a quote. Yeah, next topic it is about oil spill. It says that Southern Bench of NGT, that is National Green Tribunal, on Monday it questioned the state government of Tamil Nadu and Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited on how oil spill reached Pulicat backwaters. Okay, so now let us see what is the meaning of oil spill. So oil spill, it is nothing but uncontrolled release of crude oil or gasoline or fuels or any other oil byproducts into environment. So they have the ability to pollute land, air, water. Okay, so that will be polluted. So if we talk about what are the causes, so oil spill which have become a major environmental cause of concern or environmental problem, because there is increased incidence of oil spills that is seen day by day, especially because of petroleum exploration and production on continental shelves and transport of large amounts of oil on the vessels. So whenever there is accidents which are happening, that will lead to this oil spills. And oil spills that happen even in rivers, bays and as well as ocean. So they are most often which are caused by accidents involving tankers, barks, pipelines, refineries, drilling rigs and even storage facilities. Okay, so even they occur because of recreational boats and as well as natural disasters. So in these areas, yes, we can see the oil spills which are happening naturally. So if you're talking about impacts, it is not naturally but even because of anthropogenic factors also it is causing, and there is increased frequency of this oil spill. So what I mean is, so there is increased frequency of this oil spills. So what will be the impact? So impact can be divided into like economic impacts, impact on the health, impact on tourism, impact on environment. So first let us see the environmental impacts. So here because of this oil spill, so that will lead to threat to indigenous people. Okay, so oil pollution which causes health hazards of indigenous population because they will be dependent on the seafood. Okay, so whenever oil spill is happening, so the fishes, they will be having some consumption of this crude oil, right? Okay, so because of this it will be not good for the health of the people who have consumed that fishes. And next one is even it is harmful to this aquatic life. So why? Because for example, let us take this is water. So on this water now oil which had formed a layer. Now let us take this oil which is formed as a layer now. So whenever it is forming the layer, so the oxygen will not be dissolved in the water because it is forming as a layer. So because of this, the oxygen which will be decreasing, so the dissolved oxygen will be decreasing. So because of this, that will cause us hypoxia condition. Hypoxia means nothing but reduced oxygen content. Okay, so because of this, that will lead to the suffocation, and these fishes, they will be not getting enough sunlight, and even there is decreasing of oxygen. So because of that, that will lead to the death of fishes. And next one is even hypothermia, that means decreasing of temperature. So crude oil ruins the insulating and waterproofing properties, for example fur of birds, and because of this marine mammals, so they are facing this hypothermia, that means decreasing of temperature. So because of this, it will be also causing harm to the reproductive activities of these animals. And this one is, they are also toxic because whenever we are ingesting this oil, so it is toxic to animals and even that will damage their habitat and reproductive rate. And next one is this oil spills, they are also threat to the mangroves. So salt water marshes and mangroves, they are frequently suffering from the oil spills. And the second one is economic impact. So because of this oil spills, it will be affecting the tourism. Okay, tourism and commerce will be severely affected. And power plants and other utilities that depend upon the drawing of water from the sea, So they will be severely affected by this oil spill. So they can't use that water for the coolant purpose. And next one is fishing. So major oil spills are frequently followed by immediate suspension of commercial fishing. So because of this, the local community who are dependent on the fishing, so they will be affected the more. And what are the remedies? So remedies here is we can go for bioremediation. So we can use some bacteria that is used to clean up this oil spills. Okay, so we have some specific bacteria that will feed on these hydrocarbons. Okay, for example, Paraperlucidabia, Cycloclasticus, and Oilispira, Talos Okay, so these are some important bacteria that will feed on this carbon hydrocarbons, and that will be helpful to remove this oil. And next one is we can also use oil zapper. And next one is containment blooms. So whatever the oil which is floating, so that we can remove and recover, and we can do for dispersal. And even we can use skimmers. So that means nothing but that will absorb this oil which is present on the water surface. And this one is sorbents like straw, volcanic ash, and slavings of polyester derived plastic that can be used, okay, to control this oil spill or to remove this excess oil. And this one is we can also use some dispersing agents like surfactants, okay, so that oil will be break it down into small droplets. Okay, so that is the thing that we can do. And next topic it is about left wing extremism or Maoism, and this topic is at most important from your internal security. So it is one of the security threat, right? Okay, so apart from that, here we have to see this article 200 as well. So this article 200 is very important because lot of articles which are coming in our paper regarding the powers of governor. So first we are going to see this article 200, and later on we are going to see about this left wing extremism topic. So if you see this article 200 which talks about powers of governor with regarding to giving assent to the bills. So the bills which passed by legislature of state, so whenever this bill which is placed before governor, so he has some powers according to this article 200. So what are those powers? For example, he can give assent, that means he can sign, and he can withhold the assent, and he can return the bill. So apart from that, one more important power which is present with the governor here is he can reserve the bill for the president consideration. He can reserve the bill for the president's consideration. So if talking about what is the rationale behind this article 200, so the real objective behind this article 200, it is to let an independent governor to act and as well as to check and balance to avoid state enacted law being repugnant to the union laws. So whenever state legislature they are passing the bill, so whenever they are not according to the constitution, or if it is changing some provisions, or if it is having some contradictory things with the union laws, so here governor assent will be acting as a checks and balance. Some state governments they expressed an opinion before Sarkaria Commission that governor will act as a safety valve against hasty legislations. So if a state legislature or state government want to come up with any law which is not according to the provisions, so here governor will be acting as a safety valve. So this is the thing which is mainly said by the Sarkaria Commission. Okay, so this is the importance of this article 200, that is the power of governor. And if you are talking about what are the issues with this article 200, so article 200 does not prescribe what is the timeline for the governor to provide assent to the bills. So it is not talking about the timeline. So because of this, especially in Tamil Nadu, so many bills had been passed. It had been more than 2 years, but there is no assent which is given by governor. So this is one loophole, and this has been used to advantage by the governors of various states, and they are not giving the assent. So because of this, so decision making process and the legislation process is delaying in the state governments, especially in these non-BJP ruling states. In Tamil Nadu alone, almost 20 bills are awaiting assent by the governor. Okay, and even some other states like West Bengal, Telangana, Haryana, so they are also facing the similar type of issues. And when governor refused to sign a bill that been duly enacted by legislature, So it is undermining the federal structure of our constitution. So it is undermining the federal structure. So what is the meaning of federalism? So federalism is nothing but the proper division of powers between center and as well as state. So if we talk about system of government in India, it is not unitary. Okay, it is not federal completely. So we have a quasi-federal system. Okay, we have a quasi-federal system of government. And next one is, even the president is taking too long to give assent to the bills that the governor had deferred for the president's consideration. So these are some important things that you have to remember. And now let us see next topic. It is about left-wing extremism, that is Maoist affected areas. So here you have to know the word called as red corridor. So red corridor is the area which is under the influence of this Maoism or left-wing extremism. So actually it had been spread across 10 states. For example, AP is there, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and even some parts of Tamil Nadu, they are coming under this left-wing extremism areas. And these Maoist affected areas, they were classified in 2006 based on the parameters like, so how violence is happening, so the number of attacks, and next one is the kind of logistical and other support which is provided to the Maoist cadres. So based on these two parameters, so these areas are classified. And what are the measures taken by the government? So first one here is, so government of these states, they deploy some additional resources and they are trying to check this Maoist attacks and expansion of this Maoism. And even government is focusing on improving of awareness through awareness campaigns. Okay. And even government came with arrangement for villagers training, especially increasing of government employment for hundreds of people from these areas. And even government is increasing financial aid around rupees 30 crore annually, which is given to these areas for the development works. And even government came with the expansion of roads or road connectivity projects in this left-wing extremism areas. And even recently, you know that in the Sukma district of Chhattisgarh in 2017, 25 people of CRPF had been killed. So at that time, government came up with this Samadhan doctrine. And also government came up with this fortified police stations, okay, to enhance the security for this police personals. And under this special infrastructure scheme, around 120 crores was given to strengthening of special forces to fight against this Naxalism. And Home Ministry also provided security forces other equipment like helicopters, UAVs, etc. to monitor this left-wing extremism areas. So how can this issue can be tackled? So first one is, we have to focus on empowerment of this tribal people and civil society activists, because these tribal people, they are attracted more towards this Naxal policies. And whenever any person who is surrendered under this left-wing extremism cadre, then so we have to provide proper intelligence and we have to provide employment opportunities. And even the trade in minor forest produce needs a closer look in Maoist affected areas. So we have to even ensure the rights of this forest dwellers and tribal people in this region, so that there is effective implementation of PESA and as well as Forest Rights Act of 2006. And actually country's best weapon against this is to provide a welfare state. So if at all we are focusing on the good governance and the welfare, so automatically we can come out of this issue of Marxism or Maoism or left-wing extremism. So these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper, and this is about our mains answer writing course, and the new batch is going to be started from 25th December. So please do join this course. Okay, so if you want to avail this opportunity of EMI, so please contact me on the number which is given. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. So if you really like this class, hit the like button and please do share this video to your friends and do subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.